Hello and welcome to the Pub Footy Podcast. Today is March 3rd, 2025. Happy March Madness. So excited for
It's
March. I think
March,
March is
man.
going to be insane.
Let's go. It's insane. March is here already.
I'm your host, Diego Cerrone. With me, I got my two boys, Coach John Martinez, Carlos Castro. Gentlemen,
Yes, sir. What's up? What's up?
feel like I haven't
It's a
seen you
pleasure.
guys in forever. Last week was the longest week of my life. If you ever had a internal sales kickoff, sales conference, they're crazy long.
A lot of talking, a lot of marketing type.
A lot of chit-chatting, a lot of presentation, all the good stuff, a lot of networking. It was a long week for me. I got to do something really cool on Saturday. We'll talk about that in a bit, but a lot going on, a lot happened over the week and weekend. We'll talk about Barcelona Atletico's 8-goal thriller midweek. The Serie title race is heating up. FA Cup, Champions League, there's so much to talk about. So let's talk about it. Barcelona and Atletico played, I believe, on Tuesday. For Copa del Rey, and it was an 8-goal thriller. I'm going to run through the score sheet just so we can all be aligned on what actually happened because it was a wild game. Julian Alvarez opens the score up to put Atletico up 1-0. Griezmann makes it 2-0 in the 6th minute, and then Barca comes rallying back. Pedri in the 19th, Cubarsí in the 21st, and then Inigo Martinez to make it 3-2 before halftime. In the second half, Robert Lewandowski in the 74th. So Barca was up 4-2. For Atletico come roaring back. Marcos Llorente scores in the 84th and Alexander Sorloth in the 93rd. Wild game.
For sure, wild game. And Lewandowski had that sweaty, I think, before Atletico came back, that he could have put the game away.
Yeah.
I think just completely mishit the ball and ended up costing them.
Again, I was at the sales kickoff and I'm getting a million texts from you guys like, whoa, what the hell's going on? This game is insane. Like, so
Yeah,
I definitely had FOMO from not watching the game. But what were your thoughts during the game? And let's talk takeaways.
I mean, like I've been saying before, I think Barcelona are insane in the attack, but defensively, I think they just give away too many goals.
Way too many.
Like you're up 4-2 with 7 minutes left. Yeah, you do concede the third one, and it's 4-3, but last minute of the game, why are you pushing so high?
Yeah.
That's my question.
High line killed them.
Don't understand.
I don't know what Koundé was doing. Did he slip?
He slipped, but I think they were all playing the high line, so they were all stepping up, and they all got caught out, and then unfortunately, Koundé was the guy that slipped because it was on that side. But like that, it's just like a defensive liability.
Too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
wasn't the best ball in, but I mean, he just got to him and he put the ball in the back of the net.
And this guy, I believe this guy also, Surloth, I think he had another like late equalizer not too long ago.
Game winner, I think.
Was it game winner? Was it the game winner against
Barcelona?
It was Barca, right?
Barcelona, yeah. He said he's like, I like scoring against Barcelona.
Nuts. Biggest takeaway for you guys after the full madness.
Big game coming up now. And Atletico, anyone can win that.
Biggest takeaway, I think this puts Atletico in a nice position to advance.
90-minute game now, anyone can win.
Right, because the game was played in Barcelona.
Yes. So I think this sets up Atletico, I think, in their favor. So that was my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, there's going to be another game where I think Atletico just sits back, in like a low mid to low block and withhold Barca and then springs out for a counterattack and, tries to catch them by surprise.
Atletico really has been like the rock in people's shoes, right? Like they're in
always been
Barcelona's way in Copa del Rey. They're in Real Madrid's way for Champions League. They're in both their ways for La Liga. They're coming for people's neck.
Yeah, they're just,
it's just another. Yeah, I mean, it's another Atletico season. Simeone on the wheel, having his players play for the badge. He's a manager players like to play for, and it shows game after game.
And over the weekend, they defeated Atletico Bilbao 1-0. And that viral video of Carragher making the double tackles and Simeone going off with his assistant manager. We love that.
My goodness.
You celebrate that like you do, like you celebrate a goal. That
had me buzzing.
It's lovely.
Like
that's a Johnny type play right there.
Dude, I want to go. I was like, let me go. I don't know where I was. I was like, let me go tackle somebody right now.
We all knew Conor Gallagher was a great fit for Simeone, right? And I think he's been delivering for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just that player who leave it all on the line the whole game. He'll never stop running for you. So always going to be a good player for Atletico.
Buzzing. He was super buzzing.
Something like they just
I know.
scored. Loved it though.
It was great.
It is so good.
That was one of the better videos of the weekend. Madrid lose to Betis. Goals by Johnny Cardoso, the American, and Isco with the PK in the second half. Madrid lost some very important points. Isco also got a little bit of heat from some Madrid fans, because obviously Isco played for Real Madrid for a very long time. I think he came out with a statement apologizing. I know you guys didn't like it. What were your thoughts of the game and then the Isco hate?
You can go first, John.
Yeah, the game, I thought it was a very good game. I mean, obviously in the beginning, Madrid had more of the control, especially right before they scored the goal. Nice goal they scored as well. But then afterwards,
that was a beautiful goal.
Yeah.
Who scored that goal?
Raheem
That's
Diaz.
right. Yeah.
Diaz. But the link-up play was nice. Like Mbappe was able to thread the needle to, I think, Mendy, and then Mendy was able to play the ball square, and then just a great overall team goal. And then just I think as the game developed, Madrid kind of lost their way, especially in the midfield.
What?
I think especially in the midfield, I think Johnny Cardozo said fantastic.
He's a baller.
90 minutes.
Yeah, if you haven't watched Johnny Cardoso play, I saw a bit of his play when he played with Internacional and Libertadores, and you could tell from there he was a big time player.
Yep, guy's a baller.
Is he a Jersey lad?
Yeah, Denville, New Jersey.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow.
I looked it up. I looked it up that day because obviously he's Brazilian descent.
Yeah, of course.
But then it said Denville, New Jersey, so he's a Jersey guy.
Interesting.
So, but like I said, I think the game got away from Madrid. They were lacking ideas. They were away from home. But like guys like Johnny Cardozo, 90-minute shift, you know, doing the work defensively. He was able to kind of progress the ball into the attacking third. Big on set pieces, obviously. He got the equalizer off a set piece. And then that's it. I think that Madrid didn't really propose a threat as the game kind of like prolonged. So, like you said, the 3 big points that they lost out on that one. I think Betis were really good. And I think Isco did what I guess any footballer would do when they get excited, especially after scoring like a game. Like
100%.
To go ahead.
Hey, scores the game winner. It's raining. It's against his old club. Like, come on. Just
I guess
let the guy have his moment.
If the game just happened like in the season he just transferred, but I mean it's been a couple years now. The big goal, I don't hate it that he celebrated.
Yeah, I don't mind it one bit. I really don't get it, to be honest.
No, for sure. I agree. It's tough because people will complain, people will bitch and moan about like not being able to celebrate against your old team, but at the end of the day, you're still a footballer.
Yeah.
This game means a lot to you.
A lot of emotion.
Correct. And like like you said, it's raining, you're at home. It's the goal to go ahead, and it's against Real Madrid. Yes, it's your former club, but you're still playing one of the best teams in the world. And for you to get the go-ahead goal, I mean, what a time. So
yeah, we'll take it.
Yep.
I think I could be wrong. I need to look at the highlight, but there was somebody who like celebrated with his wife, and also like kissed after the goal. I think it might have been Isco, to be honest. We'll look it up.
He kissed his wife after the goal.
Because I think his wife or somebody's wife, I believe it was Isco, his wife was on the field behind the net filming for his upcoming documentary.
Oh wow!
And yeah, like as in mid celebration, he like goes and gives her a kiss. And in my head, when I was watching the game, I was like, did I just see somebody kiss somebody? Like I didn't know who it was, in the moment. But I think that's what happened. So Real Madrid have Atletico this week. When do they play? Tomorrow or Wednesday?
I'm not sure.
Tomorrow. Champions League?
Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Champions League.
Tomorrow. So, I mean, I guess Madrid have a quick turnaround, basically kind of redeem themselves from the loss over the weekend. So
tough one, though.
Let's see, right? Let's see. They play in the Bernabeu first.
They play at Madrid home. At Madrid first.
But, yeah, I mean, it's a quick turnaround. They got to recover from that punch in the teeth they got this past weekend.
That's really what it was. It was a punch in the mouth, to be honest.
Tough one, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of just looked slow transitioning the ball. I think Betis' midfield was really compact and stuff.
Saving their legs for the Champions League, you could think?
I mean, they're in a battle right now for the league. I don't think they're saving legs.
Tough to save legs.
Yeah, but they care about the Champions League more, though.
I agree. But when it's that tight between top 3, I think they're in it though.
Yeah.
You give Valverde back.
Yeah, that's true. That's what they needed. Let me take a shot for Madrid losing. Chelsea didn't play, but Madrid fucking lost. So another pod where my team loses.
You should also take another shot since you're wearing the Boca hat. Boca getting raced out of
That's fair. I like
the Copa Libertadores. So just for that, you could take another one.
Bunch of losers.
I'm a big fan of Boca. Boca was one of my favorite teams when I was younger. Leo Carlitos Tevez on the team. That was my team.
You look like Carlitos Tevez right now.
Apache.
Also, Johnny, I have fans tuning in, keeping receipts about you not taking your shot. So
I'm the only one here drinking, bro.
Just know that people are listening and they're keeping receipts.
All right. I got to make it up.
No beer, no tequila, man. We're pub footy, bro.
I had a good and nice water. Oh, no, it's Gatorade. Sorry.
Johnny had a bender on Saturday, so.
Dude, absolute. Yeah.
Put in an absolute shift. Let's talk Serie A. A lot of things going on in Serie A. The title race is tighter than ever. AC Milan have now lost 3 straight since their Champions League crash out. They currently sit in 9th place. Napoli and Inter tied 1-1 over the weekend. That was probably one of the better games and one of the more exciting games. Napoli, I think, had more chances in the game. They had more possession. They tied it towards the end. And then Juve won 2-0 over Verona. Let's look at the standings really quick because I think those are the 3 teams that are in the top.
Yeah, it's Inter, Napoli, Atalanta, and Juve. I think it's what separates them is 5 points.
That is 6 points. Wow, that's really good, John. Yep. Inter sit at 58 points. Napoli at 7. Atalanta at 55. Juve at 52.
Wait, who's in first place?
Inter.
So that tie was big against Napoli.
Yeah, and I think Juve plays Atalanta this weekend.
Big game.
Which is a big. They had some really good games back to back.
Yep, this Sunday.
It's gonna be insane.
Real quick, AC Milan, what the hell's going on?
It might be the Joao Felix curse. I don't know.
It could be the Joao Felix curse,
man. I don't want him in my club. Keep him out.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
What's good with him?
When he went to Barca, that one season he was at Barca, horrific. I mean, not Joao Felix specifically, but it was just a low season for Barca. He didn't get too much burn for Chelsea, so not much there. But I guess switching AC Milan, I don't know. They looked like they had mad potential that first 1 or 2 games when
we hyped them up.
I thought they were gonna ball.
On paper, I mean, if you look at it on paper, they're incredible. Like,
yeah, they should be.
From I think goalkeeper to the guy up top,
they look everybody.
They look legit. There's no way that team on paper looks like a 9th place team.
No way.
And
even
ever.
When I saw them at San Siro against Roma, I was surprised with how well they played. They just dominated.
I think that was their first game, right? That
was their first game. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Joao came to the team like 2 days before.
Yeah,
but they looked so good together. The attack was there, midfield was compact, defense was legit. So I was like, wow, I was very impressed, and to see them just crash out like this in 2 weeks is bad.
Yeah, right. It happens real fast, right? When it rains, it pours.
When it rains, it pours
quickly.
Tactical manager said that Yunus Musa didn't have the best game over the weekend, got subbed out for Joao Felix. Then I saw a stat somewhere that said like shot attempts for Pulisic is just decreased by a crazy amount. So I think obviously the team's overall performance has gone down, but the 2 Americans don't seem like they've either been playing well or not fitting in the system. But something doesn't look good over there.
That's not good. That's not good for the USA.
Yeah.
I mean, Pulisic is their best player, so if he's not controlling the game and dominating, I think the team just doesn't click as much. And it's not his fault why they're not playing well.
You think it's like a manager, kind of like a character?
He might just not have. I just don't know if he has the right people in. Like obviously he just gained a bunch of new players. I think he's still struggling to fit them together, and right now it's taking a bit of time.
Like he's forcing it, kind of.
It's when you have so many players, you want to put them all on the field, and it doesn't work out that way. The team has to be balanced, and when the team's not balanced, no matter who's on the field, they're gonna struggle.
He's really like trying to make Joao Felix fit in that 11, though.
Yeah, they just try to feature him almost.
Correct. Like I think it's kind of forced
a bit.
A little bit, maybe. I mean, we started watching AC Milan a little bit more the more we talk about them
Yeah.
on the pod. So, I mean, it kind of feels that way, kind of looks that way as well. So, who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
the team was clicking.
I like AC Milan, so I hope they
Yeah,
find
so
some kind of form.
yeah, I mean, if there was an Italian team that I would root for, it would be AC Milan as well.
Yeah.
So before we move on to headlines, I did go to the Red Bulls Nashville SC Red Bulls home opener. It was an awesome, awesome time. Red Bulls get a 2-0 win. I made a post-game analysis video on YouTube. Go check it out. Gave my thoughts about the game. Red Bulls looked real good, to be honest. Was very happy with the performance. Just based on the first game against FC Cincinnati, they improved. They improved a lot. So really excited to be a part of that. I got a chance to be in the media box, do the post-game interview with the coach, and then got to do some post-game pressers with the players. So that was a really cool,
Exciting stuff, bro.
really cool full circle moment. I obviously played for
Mhm.
the academy team, to be back in that stadium, to be back in the locker room, and just being back was great. It was definitely my childhood club growing up. I obviously saw the Metro Stars when they played at the old Giant Stadium, and then Red Bull Arena. I was there when they opened the stadium with Santos, with the Neymar Santos way back when. I was there for the MLS home opener against Chicago Fire. I think Red Bulls won like 1-0. I was the ball boy. So, man, life can give you these full circle moments.
What a
And that
life.
was
What a life.
that was a really cool moment. So Pub Footy, hopefully we'll be invited back, and we'll hopefully be able to do more of those, not only for the Red Bulls, but hopefully for more games. So hopefully more to come, and big things coming, guys. And we're just getting started.
Exciting stuff, especially because we're kind of new to this, being media professionals and stuff. So it's exciting that Pub Footy is on people's radars.
It might not take you seriously with that hat though. So
I wouldn't wear a Boca hat to a Red Bull game. I gotta get a Red Bull one. I'm gonna talk to
yeah, that's true. Actually,
I'm gonna talk to the Torcida group. See what
yeah,
they got for me.
they might be able to hook it up. That sombrero hat that we had was pretty cool.
I like their aesthetic though. It's straight black,
Yeah,
a little bit of red in it.
The Ultra.
Mm-hmm. They gotta get something for me.
pretty badass. All right, cool, Carlos. Hit us with the headlines.
Yes. All right, give me a second. All right, I guess let's just start off with the most recent news this week. There's a homophobic chant mars San Diego FC's inaugural home match. During San Diego FC's inaugural home match, a homophobic chant, commonly associated with Mexico's national team, was heard 3 times despite warnings displayed on the scoreboard announced over the speakers. And the head coach, Mikey Vadas, condemned the chant, emphasizing that doesn't represent San Diego. And yeah, I guess let's just talk about it a bit, because obviously I think people have different, how do we say it?
Views on it.
Yeah, people have different views on it, right? So people who aren't Mexican or maybe Latin American might take that chant and not think it's that big of a deal, I hear it, they chant puto, right? I don't think homophobic slur. I think they're just saying the goalie is a bitch or
Yeah.
something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't associate that with a homophobic slur. I can understand why maybe Americans do or American companies do and just the climate that we live in. But yeah, that's just my initial take on it.
To be fair, I think, like you said, growing up in a Latin household, going to a lot of games where all the fans are from Latin America, the chants are a little different. Obviously, in Latin America, they're viewed as banter. They're viewed as funny. There's like no foul play in it. But now, like you said, with today's climate and how things are, I think here in America, if it doesn't, just not gonna roll with it, right? So I think it should be scrapped. To be fair, I mean, it is a kind of I don't know how to frame this properly.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. But like you said, I think we grew up with those chants, and we grew up with, with the Latin American background where the chanting is a little different, but no foul play. But, we're living in these times and it is different. I can see where, like Diego said, it's a slippery slope. So I agree with the San Diego manager. I think he needs to make sure that he has an environment where everyone feels comfortable. Where everyone feels comfortable and they can be themselves, their authentic selves. And, if you just gotta stop saying it, just be disciplined a little bit and, cut it out, because I think it's not going to go anywhere in terms of them stopping the games and them telling us how they feel about it. So just gotta scrap it. Everyone's gonna be okay.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
happened to the sorry, go ahead, Carlos.
I think it's hard because it wasn't even like the San Diego supporters group behind the goal chanting it. It was just the common ticket buyers around the stadium
Really?
that were, doing the chant. So
I
the
mean, San
supporters group
Diego
wasn't. Yeah, it's
close to
right there by.
Tijuana, so
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know how they can really stop it if the manager's saying it, the supporters group's not doing it, but if the fans are, I don't know how
it might
that
take a
gets
little bit
stopped.
for them to adjust.
Yeah. I mean, how hard do you think the league wants to like really emphasize on, hey, you're not allowed to do that? Like, are they going to take points away or I don't know, because they obviously stop going to cup matches now when the Mexican fans do it, but there's really no discipline or nothing really gets done when they stop it. They stop it once, twice, and it never stops. So
Yeah, it's really not
I wonder,
effective.
yeah, I don't know what is it that they can really do besides take points away. Fines, the fans aren't going to care about it, but we don't want to see them take points away for that as well. So I don't know how it gets fixed.
I was gonna say, whatever happened to the "you suck," whatever happened to that? That was the old chant, and it just disappeared.
That feels like a chant from like the 90s of when like
That's
soccer
the
was just
chant.
starting.
That's the chant what I was saying when I was like 6 years old at Giant Stadium.
It's a
Whatever
good one.
happened to that? It is a good one.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, is that like Kurt Angle type shit? Like
No, that's what they would say.
like,
They would go, and then they would say it.
you
you suck, asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
But even like growing up, like I used like, dude, I'm not Mexican, but the goalie's about to kick in, everyone's like, oh, boom.
They also don't even have to say the word. They could just be like, whoa, right? No,
but
no,
not as fun.
It's not as fun. I
No,
mean,
it's not
obviously,
as
it's not as fun because
I get it though. I mean, it's hard because I get both ways. I get it from a corporation aspect where you want everybody to be included, but I get it from a fan perspective when you don't mean any ill will by it. So it's difficult.
But like you said, obviously people who speak the language, you can say a word and there's different meanings to it.
Exactly. And I think Americans might need to realize that a bit.
They take it too literal.
They take it too literal, I think, and that's the disconnect there.
Like you said, you think of that word and you associate it with bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Or like being a bitch.
Yeah.
So like that's how obviously I grew up taking it and delivering it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're not perfect, right? We're not the I don't know how to explain it, but we're just normal people trying to enjoy a soccer match.
Yeah.
Obviously there's some ignorance with fans and but I don't know. There's not ill will by it, so it's hard. I understand both sides. They have a nice atmosphere, though. So
looks good.
Really cool.
It looks really good.
Nice.
It look really good.
Yeah, really good.
I saw this one video like behind Chucky, like as he's like doing his little like warm up before like the first whistle, and you see the stadium behind. It looked real dope. It looks real cool.
Got to get out there.
Yeah. We do have to get out there. I also want a Chucky jersey, low key. All right. So it's been a very controversial ridden week of soccer. Jose Mourinho accused of racist remarks in Turkey. Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho is facing criminal complaints after referring to Galatasaray's bench as jumping like monkeys, following a 0-0 draw between the teams. Obviously, Galatasaray condemned Mourinho's comments. They labeled it as dehumanizing and announced plans to report him to UEFA and FIFA for his racist remarks. So I guess let's talk about it. Do you guys want to start first, or do you want me to say my initial?
He countersued.
He did countersue.
Yeah, he's suing them. Yeah, right away.
Yeah, I guess my issue with it is I think it's racist for people to take his words and call it racist. Like, you're associating monkeys with, I guess, black people or African American. Not African Americans. That's Africans, right? Or they're associating monkeys with people of color. And I think that kind of comes across as racist for thinking that, obviously, he's looking at the bench. There in Turkey, the majority of those people are not people of dark color. So why would you take that comment and think it's racist,
Yeah.
Obviously, Jose Mourinho doesn't have a history of being a racist. If anything, he's brought and supported a lot of African players throughout his time at Chelsea. Chelsea is the biggest club in Africa because of Jose Mourinho, and obviously his players back him and love him. I think the fact that you take that comment and try to not blame him as a racist is racist on their end, like kind of making a connection between him calling people monkeys to it being racist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, people of color. Yeah, it's pretty bad. When I heard that, I'm like, this is a joke. They're just grasping at straws at that point.
Exactly. That was my take as well.
They're just grasping at straws because you're not happy with how he conducts himself on the sideline. You don't like how he conducts himself in the press box after games, because he does say some controversial things, and he does say things that will make other clubs and other managers unhappy. So them saying that, it's just grasping at straws. And like you said, he had the backing of a shit ton of old players. They were going out on social media, calling him Uncle Mourinho, or like dad, like a father figure.
Drogba said, how can my dad be racist?
Yeah, how can my dad be racist? Like,
Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, so like obviously that's not true, and they were quick with it. Like, okay, we're gonna countersue because now it's defamation of character. Now you're doing like you're grasping at it. So
Drogba was getting hate for that as well because
he's ex-Galatasaray.
Exactly. There's a rivalry between Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. So the fact that Drogba is a former Galatasaray player,
deeply rooted.
Rivalry.
They hate each other.
Yeah, and that's probably why he also got, that complaint thrown at him because of that rivalry, and them just trying to.
He's also like, I think he's been pretty controversial overall in his time in Turkey. Like he's been complaining about the refs.
Yeah.
So I think it was a snowball effect, right? Like he's been adding on to a bunch of other things that he's done, and this one probably was just like the last straw for the people that have been complaining about him. And I think they just was one more thing that they can tack on, right? Like it was, like Johnny said, it was an easy thing to spin and then just put it on the pile of the Mourinho hate in Turkey. He's not going to last very long. I think he knows that, and he's probably just saying like, screw it. Like, if I'm going to leave, if I'm going to get thrown out of here, I'm going to get thrown out of here being myself. And I think he clearly doesn't care, right? Like, because if he did, or if he was aware of kind of the damage that he's been doing, he would be more cautious about his words and his actions. But Jose
never has.
Jose, man. Yeah.
He always said, if I speak, I'm in big trouble. So
yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, like, he's gonna be who he is, and I don't think he's ever gonna change. And if you're gonna add more gasoline to the fire, that's what you're basically getting. So sorry, like, and he's still in Europa League, so him probably getting a trophy at the end of the year with this Fenerbahce team could be the biggest F off before he gets out of Turkey. So sure. I can see it panning out that way. Do you know how these script writers work nowadays? So you never know.
Man. He has the magic. So
but anyone can do it. He's not racist. Absolutely. He can win something.
Again, another controversy, this time in the Prem. Former Liverpool defender and current Sky Sports pundit Jamie Carragher recently ignited controversy with his remarks regarding the African Cup of Nations, also known as AFCON.
As a fool.
Obviously, they were discussing Mohamed Salah's prospects of winning the Ballon d'Or, and Carragher suggested that AFCON is not a major tournament, kind of implying that Salah's participation might hinder his chances compared to other players involved in competitions like the Champions League, the World Cup, Copa America. And obviously his comments were quickly shut down and backlash was rained on him from the jump.
He got a lot of hate, that guy, huh?
He got cooked so fast.
He got cooked.
Yeah. I think Rio Ferdinand was like, brother, you're like 0-3 for like your takes.
Yeah, like there's definitely a rivalry between Rio and Jamie Carragher.
It's like you're struggling week in and week out on Sky News, dude. This is not doing well.
And you said it, Diego. You said everyone loves the CBS or Paramount Plus Jamie Carragher, but hates Sky Sports Jamie Carragher.
And Micah, too. I feel like Micah's so serious on...
he is serious on Sky Sports.
Yeah, get him out of there. Get him out of Sky Sports. Just stay on CBS Sports. They don't need to be on that. Dude, well, they're just awful.
Just to, talk about his comment, though. Obviously, I think AFCON's a major tournament, as is, the Asian... whatever, I don't know what it's called, but the Asian International Tournament Gold Cup. They're all major tournaments. But I don't think he's wrong when he says that doesn't increase your chances of winning the Ballon d'Or, right? Let's say we don't talk about AFCON, we talk about Gold Cup. Let's say Pulisic is having an unreal year, right? He wins Gold Cup. That doesn't really do anything to increase his chances of winning.
But the thing is, like, okay, if we're comparing, is he putting up the same numbers as Salah? Let's say hypothetically we're talking about Pulisic. Is he putting up the same numbers as Salah in the Prem, right? Let's say he's doing it in the Prem. Their team's in first. They look like they're going to win the Premier League. And now Pulisic has a chance to go win the Champions League. And then he wins, let's say he wins it. And then he goes and wins the Gold Cup. The Gold Cup shouldn't hinder his chances. His Gold Cup should just add more in terms of definite reason why he should be part of he should get the Ballon d'Or.
You're right.
It should never, it should never take away.
You're right. I guess I didn't peep that it's going to hinder his chances. Obviously winning it should only boost it, should never
take away from it.
Yes. I don't know.
Or neutralize it. I don't think it should it should never take away, neutralize his chances. Let's say Salah, let's compare Salah and Mbappe. They're both having insane seasons right now, right? Putting up numbers. Let's say they both win their domestic title, right? The La Liga and the Prem go to each. And then let's say Salah wins the Champions League, but Mbappe doesn't. But then Mbappe wins the Euro.
Yes.
And then Salah wins the AFCON, or doesn't win wins the AFCON. Then
no, let's say he doesn't win the AFCON.
Yeah.
Because if he wins the AFCON and wins Champions League, he's going to win.
Give it to him, correct.
Yeah,
so let's say he doesn't win the AFCON.
So then it's the weight of Euros versus Champions League, right? Obviously, I think Salah would probably win it. I don't know. I don't know. It's difficult.
I think
obviously, we're talking in hypothetical.
I think that's what Carragher's saying, though. Carragher's saying that the AFCON doesn't hold the same weight.
Correct.
Obviously,
I don't think he's completely wrong though. I think the way he might have worded it, obviously calling it a major tournament, he was completely wrong. Obviously, it's it's one of the few major international tournaments, so that is where he went wrong. But to say it holds the same weight, unfortunately, that's just how it is. Obviously, the Gold Cup, the Asian tournament, they obviously don't hold the same weight as Copa America or the Euros, and obviously that might change in the upcoming years as obviously the quality in Africa is rising. It's super entertaining to watch, and everyone's kind of excited when AFCON's coming around the corner. So that might change the weight of it, but at the moment, I don't disagree when he says the weight of a Euro versus an AFCON is not the same.
A lot of Europeans are like that, though. They'll say the Euro is the best. They even say the Euro outweighs the Copa America.
True.
I mean, why? They're all international tournaments, and they're all major international tournaments, that are for the continent. So I don't think they weigh differently because they're all under the same category of international tournaments. The only thing that outweighs it is the World Cup.
Truly.
I really don't think the Copa America outweighs the Euro, or the Euro outweighs the Copa America, or the AFCON doesn't, whatever. So
you think they'll have the same weight?
I do think they have the same weight because you're winning it that's your international bracket. So if you're winning it and you're beating all these teams that are the best in your continent, then that's major. That's huge.
I mean, I agree. I won't disagree that it's not. I won't disagree and say that it's not an achievement. But I think the weight, maybe, you might give the Euros a slight edge over the AFCON.
You're not giving Son. I guess let's say he wins the Asian Cup with South Korea, and then Mbappe or somebody wins the Euro. There's a discrepancy there. So I mean, I get it. It might be harder to win an AFCON than it is a Euro.
Yeah, I mean, level of difficulty, that it's wild to win that tournament. So I think people don't realize that. It's just, unfortunately, people are used to seeing the European teams, are used to seeing the European players in the European leagues. It's just has better broadcasting, right? Better overall awareness. But yeah, the AFCON is a really, really, really hard tournament to play. What I don't appreciate, nobody respects when it's being played. Also, I think it's played in the winter, I think because it's so hot in Africa during the summer, right? I believe that's why. So it's unfortunate that it's played during, when all the major, the regular club season is happening. And then this is when you get the this is when you get the problems when the clubs don't release the players, and then if the players leave, then people say, oh, is because sometimes it's like you're not comparing AFCON to Euros, you're comparing the AFCON to the Prem, right? Because you're letting go of these players when they're in the season fighting for the Premier League and for the champion. Well, not really for the Champions League, but for the Premier League, for example. So it's unfortunate that it's played during that time, and I think that's why you get these people that don't think it holds the same weight, or you don't want to release the players because in their eyes it's not better than the Premier League. I don't know. It's unfortunate, to be honest.
I get it. I mean, I'm excited for it. Obviously, the last 2 or 3 AFCONs have been insanity.
Yeah.
With the goals that are scored, just the atmosphere of the fans going crazy. Controversy that happens every AFCON. It's entertaining stuff. So it's definitely like I'm excited that it's around the corner.
Yeah, of course, and of course it's Jamie. So Jamie's just giving out bad takes week after week.
It's always bad takes from Jamie. I think he worded that wrong, but
he definitely worded it wrong. Maybe
but he definitely also deserves some backlash.
It is debatable, but yeah, you can't call it not like it. That's not major.
Yes,
that's where it went wrong.
Tricky being on these podcast things, right?
What?
I said it's tricky being on these like podcast things and bringing up topics, because if you don't frame something correctly, or you don't use like a right tone or mannerisms, you're kind of shit out of luck.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't get edited out. You just when you say it live, it's live, and
live is tough.
That's when people can pick apart.
I mean, I don't think anything we've said so far, at least, has been
controversial.
I might have to edit some stuff out.
Shout out to all the Americans overseas across the pond that are now in the next round. Like Matt Turner, Chris Richards, Robinson, Tyler Adams. They're all in the next round, which is huge for USA, because USA plays Panama next week, I think, or like 2 weeks.
They all played well, I think, this weekend too.
They all did. They had good performances. They all played. I think Turner, Chris Richards played 90. Tyler Adams played 120, I think. They went into overtime. Robinson played well. He took a PK against United, scored his
PK.
Yeah, it was a really good PK.
Yep.
Yeah.
So those guys are firing, and then obviously we talked about Cardozo. So guys overseas that play for the badge they're doing well.
I feel like it's one of the best seasons the Americans have had overseas in a while. I think all of them have been.
Yeah, with Pulley
balling.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, until recent.
Weston and Tim Weah played today as well.
Yeah.
Tim Weah's playing like wing back.
They're playing well.
Yeah. Weston's like captaining the squad after like having that the first couple months where he didn't know whether or not he was going to stay at Juve.
Which is every year.
To get rid of him.
Which is every year.
Correct. So now he just kind of like proves everybody wrong. So he's doing his thing.
Even Robinson's one of the best left backs in the league.
He's insane. He's
good,
insane.
Man.
He's really
Mr. Consistent. I feel he never gets hurt. Really,
never gets hurt. His games. If you rate him out of 10, he's giving you an 8. I've never seen him play less than that. Guy is like legit, simple, works hard, good on 1v1s. He obviously that's why he's the captain of the side. So, Mr. Consistent.
He captained them in an FA Cup.
Yeah, I think he captains them weekly.
Really?
Yeah.
So first it was Tim Reeb, and then it was
not Robinson.
Anthony Robinson. I love that.
Yeah, man.
The boys are balling, man.
Yeah. Who else? Then I saw. I think what's his name? Scally. He's playing as well in Germany for Mönchengladbach.
Yeah.
They won over the weekend. Then I was looking into Tolkien a little bit, but he hasn't been on the bench the last 2 games.
Tolkien?
Yeah.
I think
I don't know if he's
Harrison and Sargent have also been playing well in the championship.
Sargent for Norwich.
Sargent has been balling. Sargent has been balling for such a long time, but
literally
then hurt, and then he goes to the national team and then he doesn't perform.
Right.
He's one of those guys that's just like, man, he just needs 1 or 2 good moments with the national team, and he'll solidify that 9. And it's definitely something that we'll dig into a bit. There's some exciting stuff in the upcoming weeks that we'll be involved in. We'll share more details, as they get revealed. But some big news, partnerships coming up. Cool. Well, I think that's all that we have for this week. We really appreciate you guys listening in. Please like and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that, so I'm going to say that. Hopefully,
Do it. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I'll hopefully say that in the next one moving forward in the beginning. But really appreciate the time. Always good catching up with you guys, and we will talk soon.
Yes, sir.
Go
Take care, you guys.
Arsenal tomorrow.